on Fox tonight. If everything went according to plan, you're full, you're sleepy, you're completely satisfied when it comes to food. And food is probably the last thing you want to think about right now, but we've got to talk about it because Phoenix has just made a list that translates into major bragging rights for the Valley's restaurant scene.
Yeah, of all nights, it airs on Thanksgiving, whatever was in the tryptophan haze right now.
Right.
But Phoenix has been named a top 10 worldwide foodie destination by one website, joining cities like Montreal, Vancouver, New Orleans. But hold on, some local restaurant owners and some critics say this list may be a little bit of wishful thinking.
You probably don't recognize his face, but if you've lived in the Valley for a while, you more than likely know his name. For more than 2 decades, Howard Seftel was the food critic at the Arizona Republic, and being unknown was critical.
You also were unknown.
Yes, that was a key part of the job, was anonymity, something that is virtually impossible today.
Now that he's retired, who better to ask about Phoenix recently being named a top 10 Rising Star foodie destination by the travel app GoGoBot.
I know you're going to be shocked, but there are some things on the internet that aren't correct. And this was one of them.
Seftel says while Phoenix has made huge strides over the years in terms of food options, we still have a ways to go to make it to the top 10.
It is way off base to suggest that Phoenix is a top 10 American foodie city. That said, we have restaurants in this town, and I'm not exaggerating here, that could compete with restaurants in Paris, London, New York, and San Francisco. World-class restaurants.
Right here is our cochinita pibil. This is our taco form of it.
As far as Mexican food is concerned, I think we're one of the top cities in the country because we have a diversity and we're doing food way before LA was. They're just catching up.
The pomegranate seeds add like a really nice fruity flavor. Love it.
Chef Silvana Salcido Esparza started getting national attention when she opened Barrio Cafe on 16th Street near Thomas in 2002.
And she kicked it up a lot of notches. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong. I love tacos, I love enchiladas, I love burritos, but she showed you that there was more that you could do with it.
When people come to Phoenix, they say Mexican food. They really do. They just want what's local. I go to Boston, I want some chowder, right?
Chef Silvana now has 5 restaurants and says the key to her success is quality and not taking any shortcuts.
In order to honor food, you have to take the time and respect it. I refuse to serve subpar food.
There is a demand for the interesting and the different, and a place where you can know the owners and you can, see their personality imprinted on what they're doing.
Kevin Lentz and his family opened French Grocery on 7th Avenue and Missouri in Phoenix in 2013.
It was madness, I think. It was so impromptu, it was so kind of organic.
He says the restaurant has not only become popular with locals looking for something different, but also international visitors craving a piece of home.
Boy, it's so much more exciting than it was a decade ago. There's so much more to do, more to eat, and a lot going on.
Howard is right, we're not there yet, but we got everything, and I mean everything, to be there and beyond.
And Seftel says really the golden age for the foodie scene in Phoenix was late 90s, early 2000s, but the recession really took its toll on a lot of restaurants. But he says it is coming back, and being on a list like this, whether we are there in the top 10 yet or not, certainly doesn't hurt.